The kids, one good tale from the road. Anything crazy happened to you out there, like happened to Herman last year with the?
No, I'll be honest, I've never had a crazy story like that. But no, it was pretty normal out on the road. No crazy stories or anything like that.
No travel snafus, nothing.
No, it was actually pretty smooth. The weather was pretty good this winter, so no real issues.
Getting KJ Hill, the #1 player out of Arkansas, and he's a wide receiver. Talk about being the point man on that. You're the defensive coordinator, and you're recruiting a wide receiver. Just talk about that process.
Well, it gets back to just recruiting as a staff. He was a guy that I did know about when I came here to Ohio State. The family high school coach had reached out to me when I came here to Ohio State. We had started dialogue at that point. He had committed to Arkansas, had stopped recruiting him out of respect to Arkansas. But at some point there, they decided they wanted to reopen their recruiting and got back in touch with us. It was a guy that Coach Meyer had a lot of liking to, from the start, and we went back after him. And yeah, I was the point man, but really it was Coach Meyer's wide receiver expertise as the head coach that really sold him on coming to Ohio State and being the best fit.
Coach Meyer just said there's 3 veteran DBs that probably won't be back due to injuries: Ron Tanner, Armani Reeves, Devon Bogard. Talk about that, Chris. I know that that was probably expected, but losing those 3 guys, your reaction to that?
Well, it wasn't necessarily expected. It was something that kind of came up here after the season was over. The 2 DBs are Armani Reeves and Ron Tanner. Bogart's a linebacker.
That's right.
But those 2 guys have battled injuries on and off from this last season. Missed a lot of time. Missed a lot of practice time. There are some injuries that were going to require some significant recovery time still, and there was still going to be a question whether they could play again because of it. And after some things that have happened here, it looked like they were not going to have an opportunity to go out and play for us again. So it was a shock, a surprise. You hate to see it for those guys because they're great guys, great team players, did a lot for us during their career here. But it was just something that was, I guess, by the medical staff determined to be the best for them here as we move forward.
Chris, can you talk about rolling with the punches? I mean, y'all lose one guy that had been committed to your class for a while. You pick up Damon Arnett. Do you always have to have a contingency plan floating around out there? I mean,
absolutely.
And how scrambling is that kind of, just talk about what that does to you in the last couple of weeks of recruiting, to have to scramble like that.
Well, all great recruiters or all great recruiting staffs always are going to have a contingency plan because you never know what's going to happen with these guys. Guys change, make decisions for reasons that I don't understand, you don't understand, nobody understands, but it happens in this day and age. And for every player that you have, you better have a list of 4, 5, 6 backups that you're ready to go to, and you got to actively recruit those guys. And I don't feel that any of the guys that we may have gone after we lost somebody were backups by any means. They're great players that we've liked all along, but we can only offer so many scholarships and take so many guys, and if somebody commits before somebody else, that's what happens. But I don't feel like we've got a lesser quality player by any means. I really like what we've gotten. Sometimes when you lose a guy and you pick up another one, you have a chance to improve yourself too. So in this case, I feel confident that we were able to do that.
And what does Damon bring?
Damon has a lot of things that he brings to the table. He's got length. He's a defensive back that's 6'1". He's got size. He's right around 195 pounds right now. He's tough. I mean, he will go hit you. He's got versatility. He's played a lot of positions. He can play a number of positions in college. I think his future is very bright. He's got unlimited potential, and he's a tremendous competitor. He was at our Friday Night Lights camp this last summer, and we liked him, but that's where we really kind of fell in love with him.
Have you ever seen more guys flip this year in the last few days? Maybe not to you or for you, but it just seemed like a lot of craziness.
That's recruiting in this day and age, unfortunately. And I was actually talking to somebody who said, well, that's what you guys signed up for. No, 10 years ago, that's not what happened in recruiting, but that's just the nature of it. I mean, recruiting's not over until they sign the paper, and if you take that approach as a coach and you say, hey, just because he's committed somewhere, we're done. That's just not the way it works anymore, unfortunately, and you recruit until they sign a piece of paper.